Thank you for listening and welcome to the Life Radio Show, a once proud member of the now defunct Eventide Entertainment Podcast Network. I'm your host, Don Smith. The wonderful Adrian Miller is back in as co-host. Our second co-host was no one at first, but eventually became Star Day. We talk on the phone with pro wrestler Texas Cheney. If you enjoy the show, like and follow the Life 1069 on Facebook and Don Smith Comedy on Twitter, or tune in live on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM, or you can stream the show live at wwsu1069.org.
The brutal presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence overwhelms me.
All right. Hey, welcome to the Life Radio Show. I am definitely going to have to update that intro because it's been 5 years now. And you're just mesmerized by the light already.
This has gone half professional here. We now have a light
and
for
it's
when
blinking.
the mic
It's
is
blinking,
on.
So you're not epileptic, are you?
But I am.
This
We
is
might
when we're
lose
gonna
our
find out.
producer.
You might lose me.
We might lose our producer.
Patrick, do not look into the light.
And he's
Do
the
not
one-
Carol,
look
don't
into
go
the
to
light.
into the light.
He's the one that put the light there. So you're only hurting yourself, Patrick.
I'm the epileptic, and I'm the one who installed these LED strips that stared into him for so long that I started seeing pink after I was done.
Nice.
I'm glad we got this all on tape that if there's any liability issues, that
Right,
Patrick
right.
is to
It's
blame.
Patrick did it. Exactly. Adrian Miller is my co-host again.
Hello.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to
we
have
have
you, as always. What?
We have a camera without a star there.
Yeah, we are starless
Oh.
at the moment. Star will be joining us shortly. Star Day.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
because Star isn't here yet.
Yeah, Star is not here yet, so we are
But she will
not
be.
seeing stars at the moment. Just
Sadly.
yes.
We might be here
Sadly.
shortly with this flashing light in front
That's
of it.
true. we'll
Darren.
just if Patrick, if you start having a seizure, our cameras are going on you. We're not going to help or anything. We're just going.
You're just gonna
we just want to make
broadcast
sure.
it.
We want to make sure. I have to get on the computer and change it to where it updates. It says Patrick having a seizure instead of my name on it.
An Ohio guy installs a light in his studio and trips himself into a
That's
seizure.
our next news story. I'm kind of excited about one of my news stories.
Oh, really?
Because I know the guy.
Special news report.
Yes, out of
This is full.
someone from my high school.
I feel like we should do full TMZ on this. Like,
Yeah,
one of us should be sipping like a big gulp and be like, well, what I heard
There you go. Yeah.
was I was actually down by the Quickie Mart the other day, and I saw it all go down.
That's how it always goes
And it's
down
like,
by
good,
the Quickie
good
Mart.
lead.
Yeah.
Follow it. What is with TMZ? I don't know anything about TMZ.
I never
but that's
watched
the only
it.
thing I know is it's people like standing around like they're having some really bad
Yeah.
team meeting and the conference room is booked.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing I've ever seen on it. It's like, okay, that's
And
enough.
one person's always drinking from a giant drink for no reason. I have no idea what that's about.
Probably just to keep them going.
Yeah,
if I had
probably.
a giant drink right now, I'd be sipping.
I mean, that's
on it.
how
I'd just
you
have
pay.
water.
That's how you pay your employees.
Right.
My Mountain Dew.
Again,
With
Aquafina, not
You
endorsed
got
by
Aquafina.
Aquafina,
Right.
award-winning actor and comedian.
Yes,
Aquafina would like to remind you they were here first. Aquafina, with a Q.
Right. Otherwise, it'd be agua.
Agua.
That's Hispanic, and
Yeah.
I don't. After the Super Bowl halftime show, there
Oh.
might be a lot of complaints.
Did you watch it?
No, I was watching some other station that had these scantily clad Latinas that were pole dancing and touching themselves. Oh wait, nope, I watched it.
Yeah, you were watching it. That's the only thing I watched at the Super Bowl, to be honest. And then I wandered over
Oddly
later.
enough, it didn't bother me at all.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I love Shakira. I love J-Lo. So I was just like, yes, this is hashtag goals. This is like, I mean, okay, so it was like a mid-late 30s woman, seeing some women in their 40s and 50s,
Right.
shaking their booties and looking great and not needing a walker. I am like, yes.
that
I'm like,
was nice,
how are
yeah.
you in those heels? Someone pointed out, like, people do not give enough credit to J-Lo that she was wearing tights when she was doing all those pole dancing things. So
That's
you have
true,
no,
yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
just
there's
like,
not a lot of grip.
there's
there.
no
That's
grip,
all just muscle
zero grip. So that's
Yeah.
just pure
Yeah.
muscle, just like in will.
Yeah, it's not
that
like
you're
sandpaper tights. It just
No.
those were just tights.
No, those are
that's
just tights. So I'm like, damn. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah,
can I say that word?
I think so. When you're talking about, I believe talking about J-Lo pole dancing,
Yeah.
you are allowed to say that.
I'm specifically meaning it in the Beaver Dam sense.
Right. Exactly. Because that's how she was.
Exactly. It was a strong grip.
Right. Strong
Strong
beaver
as
dam.
a beaver dam.
I'm trying to get Texas Cheney's number up here so I can text him and say, hey, call in.
Yeah, we're
that way,
going.
Yeah, because we're doing a show.
We're going.
So hopefully, we'll get a hold of him here. Let me see if I can find his number. Give him a text message.
Yeah. I'll kill the dead air.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
because
professional wrestler Texas Cheney is going to be calling it.
Yes, it's going to be very exciting for that. But also, in side news, I guess I'm going to be DMing on the radio on Patrick's show.
Yeah.
Patrick's
It's not my
show. Not Patrick's show.
One of my friends, yeah.
It's one of his friends. But we're going to be doing a Valentine's Day special. That's right. So if you're a nerd and you are also doing nothing on Valentine's Day, which good chance, based on my own past experience, good chance. Yeah, you can tune in here Friday night, 7 to 9. Get yourself some Chardonnay, some rosé.
Right, and nerd out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, bring your dice,
D&D.
cuddle up with your dice, your favorite set of dice. And tune in to hear a Valentine's Day Killing Monsters special.
Which is
courtesy
great,
of me.
Is great. I mean, if you're not going to go see
And
Tim
Toma
Cavanaugh
Tales.
at Wiley's, tune in.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be 7 to 8:30, so you can still catch the late show.
You can still. Well, it's Friday
Right?
night, so there's no late
is it
show.
there's no late
It
show.
starts at 8. So listen to on the way
Yeah.
to the club, and then when you get to the club at 8 o'clock,
I
you
mean,
can go and watch
you know,
Tim Cavanaugh after you've seen.
Yeah.
After you've listened to the fabulous D&D
Yeah.
D&D Valentine's broadcast
Yeah.
on WWS.
It's like pre-gaming.
I mean,
Right.
it's the
By
only
listening to a game.
it's the only D
Right,
you're going
right.
to get on Valentine's Day, to be honest.
Boom.
You never know.
Patrick.
You never know.
Get back in your booth.
I'm already in my booth.
Yeah, we have a call coming in, it looks like.
All right.
All
Let's
right,
do
you're
this.
on the air. This is the Life Radio Show at WWSU 106.9. Is this Texas?
Woo-wee. You got it.
I think that's a yes. That sounds like Texas to me.
That's me. That's my call.
All right. Well, welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much, guys.
Now you're a professional wrestler. I
We
can't talk today.
Neither
You're
of
a
us can
professional
say it
wrestler.
today.
And
Professional
an actor,
wrestler.
Professional wrestler. I
Okay.
can't even do it.
I'm a wrestler.
We'll reel it in a minute. I promise.
Well, it's a lot of things because he's an actor, a model, a professional wrestler.
Yes. Hey, you got it out. All right.
Got it in there?
Right. The woman's got it right.
You want to turn him up a bit, Patrick? We're having trouble
Yeah.
hearing you.
Yeah, there's some background noise on your end.
He's big, bald, and beautiful. Hazel eyes, 270 pounds. It's been featured
75
on
now.
WWE.
275. You
Oh,
just-
275.
you must be looking at the old stats.
I mean, I was,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm bulking right now. I'll probably hit 280, and then by April 1st, I'm going to start shredding back down. That's how I usually do it.
No, so it's bulking season right now.
That's right. Yeah, we start in September and stop in the end of March.
Oh wow! So that's
there
a long
is-
bulk. That's a long bulking.
Wait, so
season
there
right
is
there.
really a bulking season. That's not just what I tell my family when they ask if I gained some pounds over the holidays.
Well, here's my big intake on the bulking thing. I thank God, whoever invented it, that it allows the bulking season to take, Thanksgiving to Christmas, because I don't know what I'd have done.
That's-
Your shredding season during those holidays. I would have definitely cheated real bad.
Yeah,
But,
that's
everybody wants
probably-
to be nice on the beach, people wear less clothes in the
Yeah,
summertime, so it's just a normal kind of a seasonal thing. But
yeah, that's probably why they made it bulking season, is they just gave up at some point. They were trying to be good and said, nope, well, this is just bulking season. That's what we'll call this.
Yeah, that's what we'll
Yeah.
call this.
That's
Just shirts. Everybody wear a shirt, okay?
Right, right.
Between these months, everyone
right.
get
Shirts, thick
everyone-
coats. It's bulking season. We're
exactly.
good.
Do not take that shirt off until spring.
So how did you get into professional wrestling?
So yeah, my whole life growing up as a kid, I was probably like any other kid. I've always admired the sport, and I live on the East Coast, and my town's of course grown pretty large now. But back when I was a child growing up, it was a very small town, like a lot of people can relate to, and there was just no way I could ever even consider what avenue to take to get into that type of sport. So as years went by, I picked up boxing when I was like 21, boxing just a couple of years.
Oh, boxing.
Wasn't any, yeah, amateur boxing, yeah.
Oh, where do you? Where, you say you came from a small town. Where do you come from?
At Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's north. It's actually 45 minutes north of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Everybody knows where Myrtle Beach, South Carolina is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or do you guys not happen to be the first to not know?
I've heard of it.
It's okay. It's pretty popular beach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went on. I was in Lake Lima, kind of like Kansas City was. So I went to a car business. I owned a car lot for many years, and I got to the point where I was getting a divorce, and it turned out it was a good divorce. It was nothing bad, and I decided I was going to liquidate assets, and I was going to go and seek my dream of wrestling. So I started looking online, and I found two schools. One was in Raleigh, which was only 2 hours for me, and the other one was in Atlanta, which was 7.5 hours.
Yeah,
it's a no-brainer if I have family. So I chose to go to North Carolina, and the school had changed out of new ownership from. It was one of Jeff Hardy's schools. I don't know. You guys have heard of Jeff Hardy with the WWE, TNA. Yeah. I know him very well. He's a good guy. Him and his brother. I don't know his brother as well as Jeff, but anyway, he had a school that he changed over ownership to. Brad. I forgot Brad's last name. Since so many years, he slapped me. He'd be mad at me if I forgot his last name. So anyway, I started working there, and I was paying about $50 a week. And in my third week, they had hired me for the indie show. So in 3 weeks, I automatically started getting in there. My first show, I made $5.
Wow, that's
that's more than most of us comedians make
our
first show.
That's more than most
Usually
comics.
We're paying the $5 to show up there, and we're like, I got booked on a show.
Yeah. See, there's Ric Flair can relate to that. He's got stories where he's drove from California all the way to New Jersey for $50. Paying your dues, the name of the game.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the same with stand-up comedy. You pay your dues, and it takes a long time.
It takes a long time.
I'm still paying.
So, I know. You're still paying. You bought a club. That's how you're still paying.
So I went through about 8 years of it, and then I started getting into some movie work. I've worked with WWE, TNA, OSW. I worked with so many different organizations. I found that the indie circuit was actually paid pretty good, where WWE, TNA, it just depends on your contract. That's where it was. As I started reaching that 12 years, I told myself I'm going to make it my last year. In 2020 Truck's last year wrestling, and I have hired a new movie agent, and I have a new publisher. And we are all full board. I've already got new auditions for some feature films coming up, and some photo shoots. Really starting to hit full throttle on that, and that's where I believe, my heart's always been at that more than I've loved wrestling. I love the feeling of coming out the curtain, people yelling your name. That's a wonderful feeling. And I just always knew I was born to act. I love being in the movies and looking at that finished product afterwards. It's not a conceited feeling. It's hey, man, I accomplished something that I love in my heart, man. That's what it's all about for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Seeing it all come together is a fascinating part, because you're on set day to day, but when you start to see it develop into a full story and a full movie, it's an interesting process.
It is. And I've got a good manager that she's always, I tell you, she's a good lady. She takes care of all my stuff.
That's good.
I haven't had to straighten her up just a couple times. for the most part. Pretty amazing lady.
That's good. Now, you act. Have you thought about making films as far as
No.
directing or writing or anything? Or
No, absolutely not. I just want to feature, and I'll let someone else have the headache. I don't have a desire to write or direct. There are a lot of actors that are really great actors that, really A-game actors that are writing and directing. And those particular guys have to have another type of passion that I believe in the movie industry. I'd rather be on the lens of the business instead of being behind the lens on the other side.
Yeah,
but,
directing, I would say, would have to be just a nightmare. I've heard it described once as it's like herding cats.
Oh yeah, I would believe that's a good assumption for sure.
Yeah. Because that's, there's so much to deal with on that and so many different ends of it. I have a lot of respect for a director that can get a film made because it's not an easy task.
Yeah, that's like I said, that was a good assumption, having herd cats. Wow, that was amazing. You definitely hit it. So, you guys I have totally forgotten to see you guys are out of, what city?
Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. I got a good friend that lives in Cleveland, Ohio. Matter of fact, he's down here right now, so he's tired of the snow.
Oh, there you go. We're just joined in the studio by Star. Star Day is in. I have to laugh because Patrick did not change your. He didn't change. Yeah, it says no one yet. You're no one yet, Star. Someday.
Eventually, I'll get there.
Just to let you know, Texas, who all is in the studio with us, our good friend Star Day. My co-host is Adrian Miller over here.
Hello.
I should have introduced you earlier.
Yeah. But, we run a tight ship here.
So organized.
How many people am I talking to?
This is the cat herding that we were discussing.
There are three of us in here. That's all. My producer ran out. He got scared and ran away.
Yeah. I wanted to know, I looked at your demo reel. And you basically play like a heavy. Like you're the guy to call when they need a literal heavy. How does it feel to be sort of typecast in that kind of role?
Yeah, that's definitely a character role. Is what we call it in the movie industry, and I like that. But also, I want to be known also for my sweet kindness and my smart sensibility to be able to take on any types of monologue as well. I can't speak and talk on the drop of a dime. When I created that demo reel, I had a little less more dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue that's older, and I didn't want to put it in there. Mm-hmm. But we're in process of changing that regularly. And any good actor will keep their demo reel fresh. It's almost like keeping the car clean or changing your shirt or buying a new pair of shoes. Keep that demo reel fresh. Don't leave the same stuff on there for a year. You don't want to do that.
Right. I have not. I have yet to make. I have 22 IMDb credits. I have yet to make my demo reel.
Notes. He's like, I should update my demo reel.
I should
Number
just
two.
Have
I should
one
have the demo
to
reel.
begin with. Yes. I keep getting cast, but just no
did you
demo.
have an IMDb card?
What's that?
You're on IMDb?
I am under Donald Smith. I have a handful of TV roles. I was Boggy Creek, the Bigfoot series, just released on Amazon and Amazon Prime. I have several films that I work with William Lee on. Black Mamba, the Goocher's about to release. Black Mamba did release already. They're re-releasing not 6 Feet Below Hell yet. They're re-releasing 3 Knee Deep under the title King Killer. 6 Feet Below Hell still available on Redbox. So yeah, I have a handful out there.
Is there a fun Hollywood name for the guy who always gets killed in these movies?
Me.
That's what you should do. You should be
I get killed in a lot of movies.
We need a Don in here. We need a Don. Somebody who's a gusher.
That's somebody that gets killed mainly by female characters.
Yeah,
right at the women top. Are killing me left and right in movies.
We were like, I thought he would make it to the end. Oh no, this just got real.
In fact, in Boggy Creek, I get killed by Bigfoot, and I just tell him Sasquatch is a woman, has to be. I shouldn't have given that away. Spoiler alert.
It's like the director asks and it's like filling you in on the character, and you're like, no, I know this Sasquatch is a woman because I'm dead. Yep.
Yeah, that's my backstory. That's my backstory. Yep.
It smelled my testosterone in the forest, and it had to be eliminated.
So, sorry, where were we?
Sorry. I just,
we go off on tangents.
Yeah, that's kind of what this show's about.
That's what it's about. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
All good.
So, are there any projects you're working on now that you want to promote, or that are out there for us that we can go out and check out?
There is a couple. I can't say much about them.
Oh, okay. They're still,
they're still in production. I do have one of them that's actually a cooking show coming up.
A cooking show.
A cooking show.
Me cooking, yes. And I have there's a film I'm going out to Oklahoma to actually work on. It's actually a big film. Got a lot of big names in it, and like I said, that's all hush hush. But I can tell you, pretty much it's a good full length film.
Nice.
There's a couple things up north in New York with some shoots for companies like Tommy Hilfiger, Ford magazine, stuff like that I'm working on. And there's a soap opera that is working with my agent right now. Yeah, I like doing that too. So those are three things that are active at this very moment.
Todd Combs on the internet, really quick, he wants to ask a very important question. Do you know what The Rock is cooking?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The last picture I've seen of me was cooking over in China on the Great China Wall. So he's probably cooking his biceps over there.
Yeah, there's a lot of meat. There's a lot of meat there. So
definitely. That's a hell of a thing he designed. What The Rock's cooking. That's been one of the biggest things. There's no one in the world that can hear that terminology and not know who you're talking about.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, when you get a catchphrase like that, that's just brilliant.
It's going to make it hard for your cooking show.
Right.
Because you'd be like, can you smell what the
truck is cooking? It's not going to be the truck.
Just want to say, not trademarked.
It's funny you guys say that because I actually have something that's going to be kind of a joke towards The Rock when I'm cooking. I've already got it thought up.
Oh my God, that's going to be so much fun. What's the cooking show? What's sort of the concept of it?
Clean cooking on the grill. Good protein and vegetable. Low carbs for people that are wanting to lose weight and gain muscle.
Yeah,
nice.
It's all structured around that. Low fat. It just shows people how you can grill. How to know how it's cooked and stuff like that. It's completely designed for. There's a lot of people out there that have absolutely no idea what they're doing when it comes to how to change the body. And I think I have a good body, but I'm not perfect. But there's just a lot of stuff that folks have no idea how to actually do properly, and that is cooking. Right. Your abs are made in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. They are made. You don't go do 1,000 crunches every day to get them.
Yeah, I know mine were made in the kitchen.
I was going to say,
usually the kitchen of a fast food restaurant.
I mean, the camera really tries to cut off his sweet, what would you call that, a 24-pack?
It's a keg. It's a keg.
It's a keg.
You got a kegerator going on?
I do. It was going away for a while, but then balking season hit.
There's another name for that, but I probably won't say it on it.
Gotcha.
We good?
I've heard most of the names of it.
Yeah, the last word's due.
All right, well, we're going to have to hit the comedy rundown and take a little break. Are you going to stick around with us for some silly news stories?
Well, I'm going to ask you if you can catch me on another time.
Okay.
I just got done working out, and it's really important that I put some protein in my body real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so, I understand.
Can you get back with me?
Absolutely.
Send me a text. Listen, I love you guys. I'm not just bullcrapping you. You guys so far have been the most fun podcast I've done. So please call me back. Let's do it again another couple weeks.
Awesome. Absolutely.
I may be able to tell you some more stuff that I'm allowed to talk about,
Awesome.
Maybe
Yeah,
give me
I
some
will
bulking
definitely
season
get back
tips.
with you. What's that?
Give me some bulking season tips.
Yeah, some bulking season.
Yeah,
tips.
get the cooking tips in while it's still bulking season.
Right.
Well, you want me to tell you that now, or you want to call back on that? What do you want me to do? I can do it now.
Oh, you can go ahead. Yeah, give us a few tips.
Yeah, give
right
us a
now.
few
That
tips.
Bulking tips, try to eat clean carbs, because carbs and sugar is what puts the weight on you. If you eat any sugars, make it natural, like apples, fruits, berries, they're natural sugars. And you can actually have like rice, white rice, sweet potatoes. That's a good carbohydrate. That will bulk you up. And plenty of lean meats. A lot of people don't realize this. For people that are losing weight and or people that are trying to gain muscle, you have to, most important thing, even in working out, you have to eat 6 meals a day.
Wow.
You have to. You're firing up that metabolism. All right?
I can barely eat 3.
Yeah, but see, you eat little meals.
Yeah. More little meals.
Like 6 ounces, like turkey is turkey and white rice, fish. Those are the keys. Remember, white proteins, white carbohydrates. That's what my pro bodybuilder told me. White. It's just white chicken. 6 ounces of white chicken. 2 cups of rice. You eat, even if you have to eat the same thing like that, you can dice it up for some other stuff in it, like broccoli and sweet potato and turkey, or lean beef with white rice. You can dice it. But the essential thing is you want to weigh. You don't want to go over 11 ounces. You go from 6 ounces to 11 ounces. Weighed out 6 times a day with a couple cups of rice. And you do that 6 times a day, you can't eat it. See what that does? It fires up the metabolism. It will bulk you up and make you gain muscle at the same time as it makes you lose fat. Now, that's the clean way to bulk up. You can bulk up and eat pizza and spaghetti every day, but you're going to have a hard time.
I think that's the way I'm bulking right now.
Right. That's the.
I had a mid-afternoon protein snack that was half cheese and half pumpkin seeds. I don't think I'm eating low fat at all. It's a bit off the charts.
Well, that just makes it harder for it to come off when you eat those kind of carbs. But there are some people that are blessed with a supernatural metabolism. I've seen people eat crap and they just rip, but there's not many of us that can do that.
Especially after 30.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
6 meals, small meals.
Yeah.
Don't force yourself, but I'm telling you, a lot of people just can't do it because there's the whole idea of the nutrition part of getting the body right, no matter what kind of sports you do. Right. There's a purpose for what you're doing. It's not for your enjoyment. If you want to enjoy yourself and eat pizza and stuff, hey, don't get me wrong. I eat pizza sometimes, but it's what you want. Do you want to look in the mirror and be happy with your temple, or do you want to look in the mirror and be sad and enjoy that pizza? For years, I enjoyed. I was always a big guy.
Yeah, it depends on the day.
Yeah. But once you get there, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks to finally see a little bit of results if you actually do start that dieting.
Yeah, that's
whether
true.
it's bulking or cutting. And the first 2 weeks is when everybody usually quits because you don't see nothing in 2 weeks. That third week rolls around, pow, there you go. You see it. All of a sudden start seeing it. Weigh yourself every day. You start seeing that belt buckle. You see it. You have to put new holes in your. You'll see it.
Yeah.
Then the people around you start seeing it, and I tell you what, that feels so good. So anyway, I'm gonna give y'all another one of those hollers before I leave, and get back with me in a couple of weeks. I'd love to be back for your show. Sound good?
All right, absolutely. I'll get back with you.
All right, guys. Well, this is Truck. I'm signing out. You guys have a good evening.
You too. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you.
All right, that was Texas Cheney, the truck, just truck, I think. All right, we're going to go ahead and hit the comedy rundown, and then we'll play a little music, take a little break. Star is here. You have a name now. You're not.
Hey.
You are somebody
I'm
now.
somebody. I'm finally somebody, Mom.
All right, here's this week's comedy rundown.
No one yet on the camera.
Yep. Here's this week's comedy rundown brought to you by the legendary Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in Dayton's historic Oregon District. Call 224-JOKE or go to wileyscomedy.com for all the best in Dayton comedy. Tuesday, February 4th, tonight, open mic at Peaches Grill at 104 Xenia Avenue in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 8 p.m. There's also an open mic tonight at Jimmy's Ladder 11 at 936 Brown Street at 8:30 p.m. And also the Pump and Dump Show, which is a bad one to have right after a show at Brown Street. Brown Street, you have the Pump and Dump shows at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green. Green, Brown, Pump and Dump. We're all over the place. Just in the Comedy Rundown. Wednesday, February 5th, open mic at Mila's Suburban Cafe at 606 Haywood Road in Englewood at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at the South Park Tavern at 1301 Wayne Avenue. That show starts at 9 p.m. Thursday, February 6th, open mic at the Spirited Goat at 118 Dayton Street in Yellow Springs. That show starts at 7 p.m. There's also an open mic at Star City Brewing at 319 South 2nd Street in Miamisburg from 7 to 10 p.m. There's also an open mic at the Barrel House at 417 East 3rd Street from 8:30 to 11, and an open mic at the Hookah Bazaar at 958 Patterson Road. That show starts at 10 p.m. Also on Thursday, February 6th, the Barrel of Laughs comedy show is back at the Barrel at 857 West Central in Springboro. That show starts at 7 p.m. I believe Gary Henry is headlining that one.
Yes.
That's hosted by
Kevin
Rupert. How could I forget Rupert? He hasn't been in a while. That's how we missed Rupert. Friday and Saturday, February 7th and 8th, Parents' Night Out at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street in the Oregon District with John Handcuff, Shonda Sung, Patrick Passafume, and Melissa Duran. Friday through Sunday, February 7th through the 9th, Godfrey is at the Dayton Funny Bone at 88 Plum Street at the Green.
Wait, Gilbert Godfrey?
No, just Godfrey.
Oh.
Oh.
Did I say Gilbert Patrick?
No,
I said Godfrey.
I'm
And that's Godfried when it's Gilbert.
Godfrey.
Godfrey.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is
This
just
one doesn't have
Godfrey.
the D at the end.
Sunday, February 9th, Wiley Sunday Comics is back at Wiley's Comedy Club at 101 Pine Street. So get out and support your local comics and your local comedy club. Because Funny Bone isn't local. That's a chain. You don't want to. Support them if you really want. But, go to Wiley's. We're better. That is it. As always, check out Wiley'sComedy.com and DaytonFunnyBone.com for details and tickets to upcoming shows. And don't forget to check out our mics on Monday night at the Barrel in Springboro at 7 p.m. and the Stage Door in Dayton at 8:30. Now we're going to go ahead and take a break. And what do I got playing? I got Potter's Field, A Peaceful Man. Hit it, Patrick.
Nothing
What happened? Hey,
it was that this thing sucks camel
thing.
dicks or whatever that
what?
was.
Hey, welcome back to the Live Radio Show. I'm your host, Don Smith. Something about camels. I don't know. Adrian Miller
It
is
was
my
on the
co-host.
break.
Hello.
We have a new guest. She's somebody now. Star Day is here. She's no longer no one yet.
That's all it takes to make it in the business,
Right.
to become somebody.
Right.
Just
And
someone needs to update your
as
tag
long as
on the
that's
Facebook
as
Live.
long as that's validated by the Life Radio Show, you're good to go.
Awesome.
So it's official now. Are we ready for news stories?
I am ready.
I got some fun ones. I'm gonna.
I got to start with the bacon.
No, we're not going to
Okay.
start with the bacon. You don't hit with the bacon right off the bat.
sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly
with
what
the
you're
bacon.
talking about.
We discussed. This was actually a news story I got from Star.
Yep.
Oh.
Yes. And okay, we're going to start with the bacon. Why not? We've set it up now. A 47-year-old man accused. A 47-year-old man accused of cutting a man following an argument over bacon is in jail. Gregory Seipel of Ludlow Falls, Ohio, is charged with felonious assault. He's accused of the attack at a home in the 7500 block of Sugar Grove Road near Pleasant Hill on Thursday night. The victim said he made bacon this morning for breakfast, a Miami County Sheriff's Office report read. He said Mr. Seipel was arguing with him about the bacon and the amount he had eaten. The argument, the victim said, led to Seipel grabbing him by the back of the head and putting a razor blade to his neck and cutting him, the report read. Seipel remained in jail on a $50,000 bond Monday afternoon. Here's the fun part. He went to my high school.
The victim or the perpetrator?
Huh?
The victim or
I
the
didn't
perpetrator?
name the victim. Might have been his brother, who I did go to school with.
I was going to say, it could be both.
Wasn't a friend of his in school. Another story there. He is a friend of my brother's now, though. So sometimes news stories hit close to home.
The greatest reaction when I send it to you, though, he sends it back. I know that guy, like all these exclamation points.
I know a celebrity.
Exactly. I'd say Brian Swinehart might know him too, because Brian Swinehart's from Covington, so he's
that's right.
up by Ludlow Falls and
Yeah.
Pleasant Hill. So yeah, we
Talk about swine time.
yes, it's all about the bacon.
All about the bacon.
I'll keep it in mind next time I'm in
Yes.
the area. Don't bring any bacon.
Well, you just don't argue about it.
Right.
Just if anybody starts arguing with you about bacon, just say you're correct and hand them all the rest of the bacon and leave. That's
I
the
like
best way to
turkey
do it.
bacon. So
Oh,
if I
there's
just have
no
turkey
argument
bacon
then.
on
Yeah,
there,
you'll
I'll be
just-
safe.
yeah,
Yeah,
you'll be
nobody's going to care.
Okay.
Even the dogs in Miami County won't bother you for turkey bacon.
Perfect. That's the reason why I switched.
That's the
See, I'm
Texas
from Miami County. I know all about this.
turkey
the turkey
bacon.
bacon ban in Miami County. It's like, nope, get out of here with that.
It's part of the Texas Cheney diet.
Yep,
Turkey
Texas
bacon.
turkey.
Turkey bacon.
Yeah,
I also
turkey.
like vegetarian bacon, which most people are like, how? And I'm like,
It's actually not bad. I've had it.
it's like chips, basically. It's like a bacon flavored potato
Oh,
chip.
chips. Sorry,
Ooh,
I thought we were
interesting.
going to have to bleep you. This tastes like chips.
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 Unless we're talking about buffalo chips. Anyway.
There you go.
Is that what they're called? Isn't it like patties, but they're like, sometimes they're called like the,
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
could be wrong. It's been a while since I've been up on my cowboy terms. All my cowboy experience I had
right.
in Illinois.
Yeah, back in the
Back in the
cowboy
day.
days.
Just stay away
Forget
from
about
Rocky
Florida
Mountains.
Man. Forget about Florida Man. Now there's Florida monkeys.
See, we were just talking about that. Why is there not Florida Woman?
Oh, yeah.
Now we got Florida
Now
monkeys.
we have Florida monkeys.
Equality for all.
A roving band of feral, herpes-ridden monkeys is roaming
Perfect.
across northeast Florida.
Of course.
The STD-addled rhesus macaques. Macaque is STD-addled. Oh, so much for macaque. I think that's a good.
I was
That's
like-
a show title. Yeah.
So much for macaque. See, that's a good way to start.
so
right
much
there.
almost reaching for the button.
Right.
So much what? Oh.
The
okay.
STD-addled rhesus macaques had previously been confined to Silver Spring State Park near Ocala, Florida, but are now being spotted miles away in Jacksonville, St. Johns, St. Augustine, Palatka, Wallaka, I'm just making them up now.
I was gonna say,
And Elkton, Florida, according to local ABC affiliate First Coast News. Even more worrying, over a quarter of the 300 feral macaques, an invasive species native to South and Southeast Asia, carry herpes B, according to the 2018 survey. They surveyed macaque and found out over a quarter of them had herpes. The monkeys were introduced into the area in the 1930s by a local cruise operator, Colonel Toohey's Jungle Cruise, which released 12 monkeys. Isn't that a movie?
Yes.
Over a
This is the
series of
inciting
years
incident,
onto a
guys.
man-made island, Silver Spring State Park. The monkeys swam to freedom and reproduced at alarming rates and are now wandering around residential areas with herpes. We cannot stress that enough. Stay away from the feral herpes monkey.
I just have to say, spring bake came early to Florida.
Did you say spring bake?
Spring bake. I can't enunciate today. Is that the
spring
Nature
break.
Valley
Spring break for macaques.
side effects? Nature Valley Trail Mix granola bar.
Right. That's
Yeah, your
that's an edible.
enunciation.
That you
It's
got
like,
that
oh.
in Yellow Springs. That's an edible granola bar.
I think when
Make
it
the second hour interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll laugh at macaque much more.
yeah.
macaque is definitely an invasive species.
Was that a rape joke? There has been a possible Bigfoot sighting in a very unlikely place. Macaque.
Definitely.
The Washington State Department of Transportation posted a curious image of what appears to be a person or a Sasquatch, or just something with a vaguely humanoid shape. It's kind of a vague statement.
Macaque.
Off a highway at Sherman Pass in the state's remote northeastern corner. Why is that an unusual place? That's a very likely place.
Where? What state?
Yeah, Washington.
Washington.
That's
where
a very likely
that's where
place
they're-
for.
that's where they're from.
Exactly. That's the birthplace of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
I don't know if that's the birthplace
Bigfoot.
of him, but that big feet.
Bigfoot?
Lots of Bigfoot.
Bigfoot.
Big macaque.
You know what they say about Bigfoot and macaque.
I want to see that TV show.
The department's plows stopped by the area, but if Bigfoot had been there, he or she, we just discussed that, had bugged out by the time crews arrived.
You know how
At
you can
first-
tell whether it's a he or she?
whether or not there's a big ditch running in between the big footprints.
Well, that's the first thing you look for. The second thing you look for is whether it's covered in blood.
That's
in
true.
Dawn
That's,
blood.
Yeah. Huh? That's Dawn blood. That
That's
would
how
be the
you
female.
know.
Yep, because it
Yeah.
just killed me. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That was a reach. I'm sorry.
At first glance, it looked like a Sasquatch. May be explained as simply as a combination of a tree and a trick of the light. Indeed, the screenshot from earlier this month also showed something vaguely squat-shaped in the same spot. So it's a recurring squat shape.
Watch shape.
Squat shape. Macaque!
I swear that's the new chicken call now.
Well, it is bulking season, so I think a lot of us are kind of squat shaped.
Right.
What are you going for during this bulking
Yep,
season? I'm going
Sasquatch.
for sort of
Yeah.
squat shape.
Yeah, something squat shaped.
That's why I have that conversation with your personal trainer.
What do you want to be? I want to be squat shaped.
You turn into a
Time to
squat.
hit some squatches.
Well-
Squatch.
I guess.
I was not expecting macaque from you. That is not the least place I expected macaque to come from.
Well, you know, I get around. What can I say?
If your macaque is big enough, you'll definitely turn into a squatch.
Star is no stranger to macaque.
True story, but that's another radio show.
Oh, research.
You have to push it even later.
Researchers say they've mimicked the voice of a 3,000-year-old Egyptian mummy by recreating much of the vocal tract using medical scanners, 3D printing, and electronic larynx.
That was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was
yeah.
kind of cool.
But the voice track of the mum as it was a mummy or when it was alive?
I don't think they recorded it when it was alive.
Yeah, I
'cause
don't-
it's
Okay.
dead.
I don't
It's
think they
3,000
have
years
Stargate
old. Yeah,
yet.
they don't. Yeah, they
Type
probably.
technology.
Yeah, they didn't have. I don't even think they had tape recorders back then. I mean, I know those are old
I
technology.
mean, they're pretty advanced, but
Yeah.
I don't
In a
think they
paper
invented the
published
phonograph.
Thursday by the journal Scientific Reports, The authors say the technique allowed them to produce a single sound somewhere between the vowels in bed and bad. That's what that mummy sound like. You got that from a movie, didn't you?
Yeah.
The eerie tone is unlikely to be a precise reflection of the speech of the Egyptian priest Nesyamun. Nesyamun, probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not Egyptian.
I don't know.
Whose mummified body the researchers work with because the tongue has lost most of its bulk over the 3 millennia, as it will even during bulking season.
Exactly.
Macaque!
That's what happens when you don't exercise your tongue.
We have made a faithful sound for his track in in its current position, which is a much smaller tongue. Poor guy and poor Mrs. Nesyamun. But we would not expect an exact speech match given its tongue state, said co-author David M. Howard of London's
state.
Royal Holloway College. It's tongue state.
There are states for tongues.
Yeah.
Tungsten. I don't know.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping the mummy would just come out and say, Macaque.
Macaque.
He doesn't have the tongue state to make that noise.
That's
though.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
It'll be like,
It doesn't have the tongue steak to do Macaque any good. Doesn't have enough tongue to do Macaque any good. That's
we just shafted that joke.
true.
They did say it was trying to make a sound between an and an which is like
Macaque.
I mean, that's what happens when it doesn't taste good.
Speak for yourself, Patrick. Phew, no joke. So I'm not even reading that one. No joke. Switzerland has minted a gold coin so small you'd need to look very closely to see Albert Einstein sticking his tongue out at you. We're all about the tongue
Back to tongues.
tonight. The tongues, macaque, and Bigfoot.
That's what happened in the mummy's tongue. It's on.
State-owned Swiss Miss. Swiss Mint. I want a Swiss Miss coin. That's really what I want. We will get through this. We have 4 minutes left till we go to the top of the hour break. We
got
can make it. 7?
This clock is fast.
Oh, yeah, but I'm slow. Anyway, state-owned Swiss
Hey,
Mint.
you said it, not us.
I was gonna say,
State-owned Swiss Mint said Thursday that the 2.96 millimeter gold coin is the smallest in the world. It weighs 0.063 grams and has a nominal value of a quarter Swiss franc, about 26 cents. Swiss Mint said the coin, of which just 999 have been made, will be sold for 199 francs to rip you off. With a special magnifying glass, so owners can see the famous physicist on its face.
So you're paying for the magnifying glass.
On its face.
Wait, which physicist?
Einstein.
Einstein.
Yes,
okay.
Einstein sticking his tongue out.
I
Yeah.
couldn't remember. Oh, that's the tongue part. Okay.
Yeah, that's the.
I was
That's
still
that
thinking
tongue
about.
part we
I
were
was still
talking
thinking
about.
Macaque.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just distracting.
Okay, what do we got? World's worst cat? No. Does anybody care about the world's worst cat?
Depends on what it did.
Yeah. it's kind of
Nothing
what
exciting.
it is.
Oh, we got to have more than that. We can't follow Macaque with nothing.
I mean, we
Florida
could.
man, a Florida man who went viral last year after video captured him in a street brawl with another man while dressed as the Easter Bunny has donned the costume again, this time in an attempt to avoid a hit-and-run arrest, authorities said. Antoine McDonald, 21, drove his motorcycle through a stop sign and crashed into a carport, which collapsed and damaged a car before he fled the scene on January 16th, the Florida Highway Patrol said. When deputies responded, a neighbor said he had spotted McDonald limping across the yard. The Orlando Sentinel reported, citing an arrest report. Deputies went to McDonald's home and saw a gray car leaving the driveway. They discovered McDonald wearing the bunny costume in the back seat, the report said. Deputies told McDonald to remove the costume before arresting him, but the 21-year-old maintained his innocence. I wasn't in any crash. I'm the Orlando Easter Bunny. Google it, McDonald told deputies. I love Florida, man.
So he was wearing the Easter Bunny costume the entire time.
No, he went and put it on real quick after it. I'm guessing that the chain of events was he wrecked his motorcycle.
Because all I'm picturing for the very beginning is some of the giant Easter Bunny
Right.
costume.
Riding the
And you can't
motorcycle.
see that well, and they're like, I gotta
That's
get to
true.
this kid's
That's
party
true.
on time. Like, crash, like,
That's
oh, no,
true.
my
That's
shirt does
probably
not
that's
cover
his
this.
claim to fame now.
And then just those big floppy, you know, like how
Yeah.
people have the big
Oh,
fur
yeah,
costumes,
yeah.
they have the giant shoes, like trying to run away, and then like one foot's bloody, so it's like when a bunny. Sorry, and he's like going across an entire yard of like of an apartment complex. And kids looking out a window,
bloody
like,
rabbit's
"Mommy!"
foot trailing along. I'm picturing Mike Canistero dressed as Pandy Kaufman riding his bicycle. That's
Yeah,
what,
yeah, that would be the Dayton
because
version.
yeah, this is this guy's claim to fame. He's not going to take that bunny suit off very often.
And then Mike Canistero would be like, I'm the Dayton Panda
Yeah,
Bear.
yeah.
Google it.
Yeah, I'm Pandy Kaufman. I'm a bear. I miss Pandy.
Yeah.
He's been in to be interviewed before. In costume.
Doesn't
Which was
surprise
so
me.
much fun watching people walk past this window and go,
I definitely sometimes I'm like, maybe after Halloween I was like, maybe I should wear more costumes just because there's a
Right,
visual
right.
component.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Oh, you
Yeah.
mean in here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
'Cause
something
you were a
more
witch
interesting
for Halloween.
because usually
yeah.
I'm just like, well, you know,
Yeah.
here I am.
Next time you wear your vampire stuff, and I'll wear all my witch
There you
vampire
go.
stuff.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying.
We'll have
We
the witch
gotta
and the vampire. I
coordinate
guess
that.
I'll have
No.
to dress up as a wizard or something. I don't know.
All witches, male or female, are referred to as witches.
I'll dress up as a Florida
Huh?
man for you.
That-
Boom.
No,
All-
I'll be a wizard.
No.
Not a witch. I don't want to be a witch.
Why?
Nothing against witches.
Why?
It's just not my thing.
Can
know?
you be a warlock?
I mean, if he wants to get into fantasy, yeah.
Huh? I always want to be in the
Do you want to be?
fantasy.
I guess
I always
you're
want to
making
be
these
in your
things like
fantasy.
a real witch versus
Stop it, Patrick.
a cosplay witch.
Yes.
Okay. And Don wants to be a cosplay witch.
Right, exactly. Okay, we got one more. We got one more.
He's like, I'm getting away from this.
We got one
know
more
what's
family
going on.
story to report. I'm getting away from all this filthy stuff. We're going with something clean.
Family friendly, guys.
Yes.
First time ever on the
A
live
Massachusetts
radio.
woman accused of defecating in a parking lot at a local Natick store for months was arrested Wednesday after she was
That's a
caught in the
big-
act. Reports say Andrea Grosser. I'm just saying Grosser. It's with a C, but that's Grosser. 51 was charged with 8 counts of wanton destruction of property after a Natick police officer said he saw her defecating outside the Natick outdoor store around 7 a.m. Police were alerted to the serial pooper in December when Henry Canner, the store's owner, reported human feces there on 8 separate occasions since October.
I have 2 questions. She was defecating for 8 months.
Well, probably longer than that. She just chose that store in the very recent future.
I mean, that's really
And-
stopped up. Defecating for
Yeah.
8 months.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I mean, that's some serious cheese
Oh, yeah.
logs you probably
Yeah,
consumed.
absolutely.
That must be a really big defecation if it caused property damage.
I would imagine so.
I'm a little
yes.
surprised that an outdoor store would be so anal about such a thing. Isn't the whole point to go poop in the woods?
That's a
I
very
think,
chippy joke.
but not in their parking lot apparently.
If she had a tent, would it make it better?
Yeah, I was going to say, if there was a tent or if she had gone and, like, purchased supplies.
Right,
You know,
right.
just
If
like
she'd
how you
gone
can
in
purchase
and got
supplies
one
to,
of the
like,
little
use a
camping toilets.
restroom.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You could be like, I purchased something. Now I can
Use
Right,
leave
right.
myself in nature.
Exactly.
There's a tree in this parking lot. This is nature.
Well, yeah, exactly. It's a nature store. You ought to be able to test the equipment right there.
Exactly.
Yeah, just-
Exactly.
Not even take it out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Set up in the
It makes
display
returns
case.
easier. You
Do it
know?
right. Do it
Do
right.
it right.
You know?
Or in the displays.
Right.
You got to try out the poop bucket. And then
Try
you
out
try
the
it
poop-
out, and you're like, look, your poop bucket's faulty. I'm going to just return it right now. And they're like, what? What is the smell? What is the smell?
I had to write down "try out the poop bucket" too. That's another. That's
That's a pretty
potential
good one.
title. All right, we're going to have to go ahead and take our top of the hour break, and when we come back, probably more poop. I don't know. Maybe we'll tone it down because Artie Hoffman's going to be calling in, and we're going to get some love advice for Valentine's Day from a psychic
And
medium
possibly connect with
spiritual
our
advisor.
grandmothers
Yes,
who have passed on and want to
possibly.
scold us
Oh yeah, absolutely.
about our
yeah. About macaque.
About our macaque.
About macaque. All right, Patrick, get us out of here. Only for a bit. Thanks for listening to the Life Radio Show podcast. Check it out wherever you listen to podcasts. Remember, if you want to listen live, we are on Tuesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on WWSU 106.9 FM. You can also stream the show live at wwsu1069.org, and we go Facebook Live at the Life Radio Show's Facebook page. If you have suggestions or comments, feel free to email thelife1069@gmail.com.
Presence overwhelms me. The brutal presence.
Palatka, Walaka, Macaque!